Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to Journey to Christmas Land. I am your intrepid Christmas Land host, Kira Davis, and I'm joined by my good friend and resident Christmas Land expert, Amelia Hamilton. Happy New Year, Amelia.
Happy New Year.
Well, we decided that we needed one more week to put away all the decorations. My husband took out the tree today. So we need one more week to get through the holidays. So we're going to give you another replay episode. But we missed you. So we wanted to come and just let you know we're here. We haven't gone anywhere. And we've got new movies on the schedule coming up. Amelia, before we get started, I have to say, because I'm going to let you introduce this movie, but I gained 10 pounds over Christmas. So I think we might need to rebrand this show.
I was just going to say, we're not rebranding when you lose
No,
the
well, just hear me out. What do you think about the Christmas Land Chronicles with Kira and Amelia?
No, we're done.
I'm just going to have to go lose this 10 pounds, I guess.
You're
Oh,
beautiful.
man.
We're done.
I didn't eat as much over Christmas, but I drank a lot. Not necessarily alcohol, but just like
It was spiked eggnog. You and your husband were making out in a coat closet.
No, we don't do that. We don't kiss till the end of the movie. We're not there yet. No, I just ate so much, but I just gave myself permission to do whatever I wanted. And
As you should.
well, how was your Christmas?
It was really good. Just a lot of family time and same eating, drinking, being merry, basically. The
Yeah.
merriest of Christmases.
Yes, we didn't get to go to Arizona like we do usually every year. You know, we like to go visit the in-laws, Vic and Faith Davis, but they moved to a new home. And so we didn't want to, get in the way of that. And but I do want to thank all of their church family for helping them move, helping them get in their house. And so we had Christmas at our own house, which is a rarity in the Davis house. We are usually with our in-laws. I don't typically mind that because I love my in-laws, but it's been so long since I had a Christmas in my own house. It was really nice. And I think that was part of my problem, Amelia. I was like feeling too comfy. I didn't walk. I barely moved. Like there's a groove in my butt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
It's a barely moved, but we hope all of you had a great
Yes.
Christmas season. In a couple of weeks, we want you to make sure you're signed up for our Substack. I'm going to put all the information up here. We want you to make sure you're signed up because in about 2 weeks from now, we're going to launch our paywall, and we've got bonus content over there. We'll be doing more. We've got exciting things coming up, Amelia, don't we? We do.
We really do. It's going to be a fun spring. Now that the actual Christmas season is over, we've got some different kind of contents, but it's all going to be fun. And some of it is going to be behind the paywall, although it is not going to cost very much. So don't get too bent out of shape.
No, yeah, we're not. Hey, we're not like those Holiday Land podcasters that are just in it for the money. Yeah, no, we're in it for the love of the game. But
not the Merry Gentlemen, where it's going to be $35 for a ticket.
And nobody's taking off any clothes.
Also,
the paywall, I promise.
That's the other reason it's not like the Merry Gentlemen.
Oh man, but we'll be launching that. And that's your place to come have all the bonus fun with us that we would like to have, but we need to eat too. So, watch out for that. And then we're going to be doing Christmas in July this year, which I'm excited about. Hallmark always runs Christmas in July. Yeah. So we're going to do that. And that's probably when we'll take a little break to prepare for season 2 of Journey to Christmas Land.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We're working on some pretty fun guests.
We are. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. We don't have anything to announce yet because we're still we still got our feelers out. But if things come to fruition, we're going to have a really great slate here. So anyways, I'm really excited for this new season. And I just wanted to say this, Amelia. Amelia and I were talking. I want to say this to the fans. Amelia and I were talking about how we want to structure this podcast, the scheduling of it. And Amelia asked me, do we want to go all year or do we just want to do the Christmas season? And at the same time, we both said, yeah, we want to go all year. we love doing this show. We love doing these movies. It's not for Christmas. It's about Christmas.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be here. like I said, we'll probably end and take a little break in July to prepare for the real Christmas season. But I've had a blast doing the rebooted
Yep.
version of this show, and I
Yeah.
hope everyone has too.
Yeah, absolutely. And, going through the schedule and the plans, it's going to be so much fun.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some merch for you coming up too, so that's gonna be fun too. All right, well, let's get started, Amelia. Let's tell people about this old episode from our old podcast, which is a very merry podcast. You can find that over on the FCB Radio Network, iTunes, Spotify, maybe even iHeart. We're no longer with that network, but you can go over there and listen to all the shows over
Yeah.
there. But we have repurposed a couple of those shows. There are shows, and so we just decided we could do that so you're not left with empty space during the holidays. And we talk about a lot about these movies as well. So, Amelia,
Yeah.
what replay did we choose for the Holiday Rewind?
So we chose it. Actually, Kira, this is going to be a fun fact for you. We
Oh,
chose A Prince in Paradise. And when I first texted you to say that I wanted to do this one as the replay, I said that we messed up originally and we published this as A Prince in Paradise, but really it's called A Royal in Paradise. I was like, we need to fix it. But it turns out that depending where you Google it and where your results come up, sometimes it's called A Prince in Paradise and sometimes it's called A Royal in Paradise. So I don't know
what?
what it's called. On the Great American website, it is called A Prince in Paradise. But on the official image, it says A Royal in Paradise. And like the official trailer says A Royal in Paradise. IMDb says A Royal in Paradise. I don't know what this movie's called, everybody.
Wow. I'm gonna
But
say A Royal in Paradise because
A Royal Prince in
probably
Paradise.
somebody along the way was like, you know what? A Prince in Paradise is too close to X, Y, and Z of everything else, literally everything else we've got.
Literally everything else.
Yeah.
But anyway, A Royal Prince in Paradise, or whatever it's called, we loved this movie. This was from 2023. Amelia, this is 2026 now.
Oh boy.
Um, we actually really liked this one. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
pretty typical royal in disguise movie. The
I love
official
those.
log line is Olivia, struggling with writer's block after a breakup, takes a tropical holiday in hope of some inspiration and meets Prince Alexander, who needs some distance from his duty to marry royalty. I mean, we've got it all. We've got struggling with writer's block after a breakup, takes a vacation, a prince in disguise, he needs some distance, he's forced to marry a royal. It's got it all. This one had some actual laugh out loud moments. She's got a best friend who is the perfect best friend.
Yes.
I mean, really, this one had it all.
And everyone keep your eyes open for Bobo Jordan Peterson. There's a
Yes.
Bobo Jordan Peterson in this film
Yeah.
that I remember. But we really enjoyed this one. I remember getting a kick out of this
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And so, aside from just the fact that we liked this one a lot, I wanted to share it with you again. The other reason that I chose this one is because there is a sequel that we never got around to. And I wanted to watch that one around Valentine's Day. So, let's all remember the wonder that is a royal/prince in paradise, so that when we get to a Christmas castle proposal, this one is fresh in your mind. So, I'm excited to share
Perfect.
this one with you again.
I'm excited too, and I can't wait to do the sequel. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Welcome to the new year. This is our 2026 portion of the season kicking off. We're doing this holiday rewind. Next week, we will be back with a brand new, fresh episode. Again, follow us on all the places, do all the things, like this post, share it. That helps, and that's free. Amelia, I'm excited to sit down with you next week and do a fresh episode. But until we get there, I wish you days filled with wonderful, charming Hallmark movies.
And I hope that someday you find out that there is a secret royal treasury that your husband just hasn't been telling you about.
I thank you. That's the best Christmas wish ever. Merry Christmas, Amelia.
Merry Christmas.
Well, hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to another episode of A Very Merry Podcast. I'm your host, Kira Davis, and I am here with my very merry co-host, Amelia Hamilton. Hi, Amelia. Happy New Year.
Hi, Happy New Year. It's all about 2023 now.
2023, we're in it, we're doing it. I just want to set at the top, I want to tell people a little bit about what our plans are for the
Yeah.
new year moving forward because we're now, this is the first time I think we've actually extended the season, and we're going to keep going through to next season. We'll have a little bit of a break, so we have a season 1, a season 2. We're in season 3 right
Mhm.
now. So this week, in the spirit of expanding Christmas land, we have moved to a sort of a New Year's offering, if you will, sort of
Yeah.
a reset for the new year. And we're still over at this week. We've gone back over to Great American to see what they have to offer. We love a good royal mix-up movie. And so this week we're reviewing A Prince in Paradise. And this is a departure in so many ways, Amelia, because first of all, it's not snowy, it's not Christmas time, and second of all, they're in a tropical location, which I
Yeah.
don't think we've done one of those movies.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have, but it was a good one though. Like you said, the rules of Christmas Land still apply even on a tropical island
I
in
loved
January.
it. I actually
It was so good.
genuinely enjoyed this
I
movie.
did too. I did too. So one day I decided I was going to watch a little bit on my lunch break. I usually take a little break from work, have some lunch at home, walk my dog, whatever. And I was like, I'm going to watch the beginning of this and then I'll finish it this afternoon. And then I kept being like, I'm going to watch one more segment. Okay, till the next commercial. I
Yeah.
watched the whole thing. I was working
It
hard that
was
night. Okay, it was worth it.
yeah, it was delightful. It
It
really
couldn't
was.
stop.
It really was delightful. Well, let's set it up. Before we get started, I do want to tell you, Amelia, that two things struck me in this movie. One, everybody looked like each other. Like when everybody showed
Ooh.
up, I was like, all of the protagonists, like the main characters, look the same. It was like everyone was brunette. I mean, it was refreshing not to have like a blonde running around, but for a change. But it was like the men kind of looked the same, the ladies kind of looked, everyone kind of
Mhm.
looked the same, but then everyone also reminded me of someone else in celebrity land.
Ooh.
So yeah, so we'll push forward with that.
Yeah. All
So
right.
set
Well,
us up here.
so the movie starts with Olivia, who is a writer. And as Kira and I can tell you, the life of being a writer is looking beautiful at a coffee
Yeah.
shop all day.
Oh,
We get up in the morning,
gorgeous.
we do full makeup.
Yep.
We
A hundred
definitely
percent.
get dressed and leave our house every day.
Oh yeah, yes, we do not. What we don't do is sit in our pajamas with no
Mm-mm.
bra on
Nope.
all day long and
With
no
our hair like a
deodorant.
weird top knot. Never. Never.
Never,
I get up, I
never.
do full hair and makeup. I wear something stylish and I just sit in a coffee shop looking beautiful. And sometimes, as Olivia's doing, I book an exotic vacation.
Yeah.
So
Well,
she
I
is
tell you what, I'll tell you, I met with
okay.
my publisher via Zoom the other day,
Mhm.
and he got on. And he's a middle aged gentleman. I guess I'm middle aged now. He's older, but we got on the call. It was like with some of the publicity department because my launch is coming up soon, and he was like, "Oh, please forgive how I look. I just went out for a walk. I took the dog out for a walk. I'm still in my sweats." He's like, "But Kira, I see that you didn't go to any extra effort to get on this call." Oh, I was like, "Well, Gary, let me tell you, I'm a writer, so this
Yeah.
is the uniform. I have a sweatshirt on and I have a ponytail in, and all my hair is everywhere. And be glad you can't smell me because I
Listen,
haven't put on
Gary, do not
deodorant
reserve
today."
judgment, Gary.
Yeah, I know. I was like, so yeah, but
Well, Gary should find Olivia.
normally,
So
yeah, normally I would be out there in full makeup looking gorgeous, as
right.
most writers
Just
do.
that one meeting you weren't, I understand.
Right, right. Thank you.
So she has been wanting to go to the Haven Isles for a long time.
Is that
And
a
she
real place?
I don't
I
think
gotta look
so.
it up. I gotta look it up.
So she is finally pulling the trigger, clicking the button, booking her island getaway. And while she's in there, and this also happens to Kara and I all the time, she's approached by a fan. And it appears to be some kind of bookshop, coffee shop hybrid. There are a lot of books in this place.
Yeah.
So he's talking about how much he loves the book, the new book, and it's so beautiful. And will you sign it? And then she's like, "When's the new book?" And Olivia's like, "Oh, it's coming. I'm working on it." And this part was actually realistic to being a writer, because then you see her screen and it's like outline and it's just blank. It just says
It's just
new book
empty.
outline.
I
And
was
that
like,
part, I've been there.
that part is real. That part is very real. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I have an outline for my next book that I'm supposed to send to the publisher, and it
Yeah.
is that blank page right now. I
Well,
was like, yeah, I can relate.
you just have to go to the Haven Isles and everything will be fine.
Obviously.
Her boyfriend shows up. Okay. And what's his name? It's like,
Kyle.
it's Kyle. I was going to say, is it Chad or Kyle?
It's Kyle.
So it's Kyle. Kyle shows up and she's like, "Listen, we have been dating for years. We've been talking about this vacation. We never get away. We both work too hard. So ta-da, I booked us a vacation." And he's like, "Ta-da, I'm breaking up with you."
This was the best breakup scene in Christmas Land I have ever seen. This guy wins the prize. Like, he did it right. He didn't even give her a chance to be sad or to say
Mhm.
anything. Every time she would pipe up, he'd be like, "No, it's not, it's not you, it's me." And she'd be like, and he's like, "And I just think the space is better for us." And she'd be like, "Well, and I've got my career. I think this is better for you. You've always wanted to read the book, or write that book." And she's like,
Mhm.
and he's like, "You know what? I'm really glad we had this talk. Bye."
And he
Like,
is out of
he
there.
he really did. He nailed it, man. He didn't even
Yeah.
give her a chance to like make him feel bad. I was like, you know what? 5 stars, Kyle.
Yeah. You have to respect that a little bit. He
I
had a
did.
plan when he went in there and he executed the plan.
He totally did. But now she's left with this awesome vacation that she booked them. And I would like to say, Amelia, that I am assuming that the vacation had 2 separate rooms.
Well, obviously.
Yeah,
They've been
they were
together for
staying
years, but
together.
they've never shared a room. Kira.
No, I'm sure they've
What kind
barely
of girl do you think
kissed.
Olivia is?
I think she's a Christmas Land girl, which means she's
Yeah,
a good girl.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Olivia goes home. She is so upset. She's trying to work. She can't get anything written. She has a call with her publisher, and the outline is due in 10 days. And she's like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." So that's what Olivia is up to. All right. The prince, what's his name? Alex?
Alexander.
Prince Alexander. He is reading her book, which, by the way, is called Love Bound.
Prince Alexander, by the way, Bobo Harry Potter.
Yeah, I accept that.
Yeah. And I kept wondering where I knew her from, and it was nowhere. To me, she looked like Dove Cameron, who is a Disney actress,
Okay.
a gorgeous one. And she looked like Dove Cameron. So we've got Bobo Dove Cameron and Bobo Harry Potter. Yeah.
Nice. Good for them. He's reading Love Bound and he loves it. And his assistant / butler sort of guy, who is named Winston, comes in.
Of course.
And they're talking about how there is a major busy schedule before the big ball in his home country of Torovia. I love the country names they come up with. Torovia was classic.
Torovia, that was great. Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, "You have no time for fun. We have work to do." And he's in New York, by the way. He's in New York for work. Okay. There is no fun to be had. Please don't mistake anything he's doing for fun. But he wants to go to an event on the Haven Islands because there's this marine rescue coral rescue thing. And he really wants to go to this fundraiser. We don't totally know the whole backstory yet, but he really wants to go. And it's the night, though, of the big ball in Torovia. So Winston's like, "Sorry, buddy, you're out of luck. You can't go to this because you have to be at the ball." And just when you think that maybe he's going to get a little bit of a break, the queen comes in, and she saw Lady Catherine Renshaw today. Wow.
Oh, yes. Lady Catherine. There's always a Lady Catherine in these Prince
always
stories.
A Lady Catherine. So she's like, and I invited her to the ball in Torovia. Well, Prince Alexander is mad. He's like, "Listen, you tried to set us up before and there was no spark." And the mom's like, "Who needs a spark? She's Lady Catherine. And that's how it works." And he's
Right.
like, well, I'm not going to the ball anyway because I have a fundraiser in the Haven Isles. And I've already said I would go. And if I don't go, it's going to make the whole royal family look bad. So peace, I'm out.
Right. He really he really flipped and reversed that. I mean,
Hmm.
because Winston had already told him, you can't go, you're committed, and he
Yeah.
was going to listen to Winston, but then mom ticked him off and he was like, nope, you know what?
Yeah.
Flip it
It's
and
Haven.
reverse it. Gots to go to the Haven Isles because we're needed at this
He's
marine
not going to get thrown
research
at Lady
something.
Catherine. Right. He has no time
No,
for
you're
that.
not. Yeah, you know what? Hook Lady Catherine up with like one of the dukes, or
Yeah. Lady
or one of
Catherine will be
yeah,
fine. I'm sure she's
she'll be
lovely. She just
fine.
isn't the one for you. She's
No,
not that
everyone in Christmas Land is lovely, by the way. Always,
Yeah.
except ex-boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend is always kind of a douche, but even in his own way, he's always lovable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we're sure Lady Catherine is a lovely woman. It's just that there's no
She's
there
not the one for
there.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, so Olivia is back at the coffee shop where she apparently always works, and there's like a display of her books, and she has a meet cute with Prince
Yes.
Alexander, but she doesn't obviously know he's Prince Alexander, but they bump into each other, the books fall off the table. He starts talking about how great it is, and she's like, I've heard mixed reviews. And then as she runs out the door, he looks at the author picture in the back because he was like, don't I recognize you? She's like, nope, definitely not. But he sees her author bio as he's like putting this table back together that they bumped into, realizes it's her, but she's gone. She has melted into the
New
traffic on
York City.
the
Yeah.
sidewalk. Yep. She's gone. We'll
Yeah.
probably never see her again.
No, I mean, what are the odds they bumped into each other in a city of 5 million people?
Right.
And,
And they're both about to
usually
leave. Yeah.
they're both about to leave the city. So
Mhm.
clearly it was just one of those things. They did have a little moment there where they touched hands and
Oh,
locked
woo.
eyes.
It was hot.
Scandal. It
It
was.
was Christmas land hot.
Yeah, it was hot borderline on creepy though. Like, how long do you stare at that person
I don't
when
know.
you've
I mean, it probably feels like an instant, right? They don't even know
maybe.
how long they've been staring.
Well, and keep in mind she's just broken up with her boyfriend.
Right, right. She broke up
Right?
with
So
and
she's
Kyle.
got a
Yep.
little spark, but she's still like smarting from Kyle's expert breakup.
Exactly. Um, so back at her apartment, her friend Katie, who is a woman of color, so it's not a black
Mhm.
best friend, but it's a woman of color best friend,
Mhm.
brings her some food, and they start talking about the trip to the Haven Isles. And she's like, I can't go. I've got this book outline due. I'm getting nothing done. And Katie's like, I'm going to go with you. The two of us are going to go. What you need is to shake things up, and maybe it'll give you an idea for a book. So she gets totally talked into it, and they decide to go on the trip together.
I like it. I was like, I was all on board with Katie. I'm like,
Mhm.
Katie is a good friend. Thank God Katie has no interests of her own or no life of her own. She only is concerned about Olivia's love life. Thank goodness for that. But she was a
Yeah.
good friend. Amelia, I want you to know that if your
Mhm.
boyfriend dumped you right after you booked a huge
Mhm.
romantic trip for the two of you, I
Yeah.
would take the trip with you.
I'm really glad you said that because I was going to say that if I ever get expertly dumped right before a vacation, guess who my plus one is?
Okay. You got it. I thought you were about to say, actually, Kira, I did I did just get dumped and surprise. I have 2 tickets to St.
Surprise!
Martin.
It's time to go get her groove back.
Yeah. All
Oh
right.
man.
I will go.
So
So yeah,
so
they're doing it.
all right. Now everybody arrives at the island separately. They obviously nobody knows the other ones are there. Um, but Olivia, shocker,
Oh my
she's out for
god.
a walk, and who does she run into except her ex-boyfriend Kyle, who assumed that Olivia was no longer going to go. So he grabbed his new girlfriend Tiffany,
And
brought her
they
to the
show
island.
up at the Haven Isles. I mean, what are the odds? I was like, this is a little bit forgetting Sarah Marshall-ish, where they
Mhm. I
break
did love
up
that
and
movie
then
though.
yeah.
Completely.
Oh, yes. And yeah, I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, everybody's there. Everybody's there.
everybody's there, the same
The
island.
whole gang is on the same remote island. Everyone from New York City. It's amazing."
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
what a coincidence.
it was. So she's hiding in the bushes because she does not want Kyle to see her. She does not want to meet Tiffany. She's just kind of trying to get the lay of the land, spy on them, figure out exactly what she's looking at here. And Prince Alexander finds her hiding in the bushes. So they start talking. Kyle sees her. He and Tiffany come over. And I kind of love this moment because they're all introducing each other, to each other, the new plus ones. And Kyle and Alexander do this like super macho handshake where they like squeeze each other's hand too hard to be like a little territorial of Olivia, which did make me laugh. So
That's cute.
all right. So they have this moment, and Alexander kind of pretends that he's with Olivia, and he's like, oh, because Kyle wants to have lunch, and he's like, can't, we've got plans, sorry.
Yeah.
So Olivia goes on her way, and so she goes to the pool with her friend Katie. And I noticed that in this movie, everybody wore one-piece swimsuits, but there was a lot of boob.
You know what? Because Katie's swimsuit was like deep V-neck, but it was a one piece. And I have to say, you know what? Since we're talking about wardrobe, I thought the ladies' wardrobes were very nice in this movie. They were very fashionable.
That much Tata in Christmas Land.
I didn't think it was too much, though. I thought, it is a swimsuit.
Usually those are they're like majorly mom bathing suits, and they were a little sexy. I don't think they went too far, but
no, it didn't go too far at all. But I must admit that because I watched Christmas movies for so long, I don't really see a lot of swimsuits, period. So, this was one of my first movies with like swimsuits, but I thought, they were very tastefully dressed. There didn't seem to be anyone else in the resort except for the 4 people from New York.
6 people from New York. Well, I guess you can count the people from Torovia as being New York. All right. So Olivia is telling Katie about running into Kyle and then Alexander. And Katie's like, well, this is fate. How could you run into this hot guy in a bookstore, coffee shop last week? You guys touched hands. It was pretty intimate. And now you see him again and he rescues you from your sleazy ex. Like,
it's destiny.
Beautiful. And she's
she's right. By the way, I loved that the screenwriter let her explain the plot to us. I love it was like a little self-aware moment. Yeah. I loved it.
Alexander, meanwhile, is doing some major work. He is in this marine lab, and we're finding out, though, that we don't know what's going to happen to the fundraiser because the doctor who runs the marine lab has been detained somewhere. So they think they're just going to go ahead and cancel it. And Alexander is like, I will host it. I will host your fundraiser. And we find out now it's called the Marine Reserve.
Oh, okay. The Marine Reserve
fundraiser, he keeps calling it. So he's like, they need the money. I can help. We have a week. And it turns out his father helped to build the Marine Reserve. So that's why it is so important to him. But Winston, his butler, assistant, whatever he is like, sir, that means you have to give a speech. And he's like, I will do it. I'll give a speech. So we know that giving speeches isn't his favorite, just a little something to file away.
Yes.
All right. Katie. Oh, so I was like, what did I write here? Next, everybody's walking. The 2 groups of people are walking around, run into each other again. And Katie and Winston kind of like each other a little bit. And they decide that they're going to have an adventure tomorrow. And this part also made me laugh because Katie and Olivia are having lunch. The dudes from Torovia walk by and Alexander's like, let's have an adventure tomorrow. And Olivia's like, I can't, I'm working. And this felt like something that you would do to me. She picks up the menu and talks full voice behind it as though they can't hear her. She's like, he is beautiful. You have got to have lunch with him. She's like, I'm busy. I can't go off with some random dude, blah, blah. And then she puts the menu down and it's like, just one more minute, please. And then she's like, we're going. You're going to go tomorrow.
It was cute. Excuse us. Yes, it was cute. It was cute. And I did like that there was like a little bit of chemistry between the 2 side characters, but not overwhelming. Not like we didn't have to focus on that relationship.
Show. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were both very attractive people. Like, why not?
Yeah, exactly. So Winston at this point realizes that she doesn't know that he is Prince Alexander. She thinks he's just this guy, Alexander. And he is like, palace subterfuge never works, which is also what he said when he tried to get out of going to the ball. He's like, subterfuge never works. So just kind of keep that in mind. And Alexander's like, listen, I just want her to know the real me. Everybody gets caught up in the title and they don't get to know the real me. And then what's going to happen? Like, in 10 years, he's going to be like Prince Harry, and he's going to have to write a book, and he's going to have to go on Oprah, and he's going to do a Netflix documentary and a Spotify. He's going to have to explain to everyone who he is over and over again if he doesn't just get to know her now. And
right. No,
situation. So
no, I wonder if the Prince Harry situation exists in this world. And I do have some questions about it later on as we get to the end of the movie, but yeah. I agree. What is a prince supposed to do? If he's met this lovely girl, why get all mixed up in titles? Yeah. Why not?
I don't blame him.
Yeah, figure out what else is a prince supposed to do when a pretty American girl comes, his way. You've got to lie to her.
You do. It's the only thing you can do. And speaking of liars, the queen has a spy on the island.
Bobo Jordan Peterson.
Bobo Jordan. Yes. So she's got this guy spying, reporting back what they're doing. And what they're doing is we get a montage of the next day, and they have a big day. They have a big day. They kayak. They do yoga. They go on a helicopter ride. They are splashing each other in the ocean. It is amazing. And then it all culminates in beach volleyball. And it is Prince Alexander and Olivia versus Kyle and Tiffany. And they dominate. Kyle and Tiffany are going down.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. Bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Did Paul Revere really say the British are coming? And how was George Washington chosen to lead the first American army? Join us for the Growing Patriot podcast, a place for curious kids to ask the big questions about our nation's history and get kid-friendly answers from the country's top experts. Help your child learn about and cherish America's exceptional history. Subscribe to Growing Patriots on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts today.
They run across Kyle and Tiffany on the beach, and Tiffany, who seems like a nice enough girl, she seems fine. She seems like a fine gal. She's like, hey, you guys want to play volleyball? And of course, Kyle's like, oh no, this is like awkward, but I don't want to have to explain to Tiffany how awkward it is and why. Right. Like, I literally just dumped this girl last week and then stole her idea for this vacation. But but of course, so they do a little Top Gun style beach volleyball with like minus shirtless Tom Cruise. No one's shirtless in this scene, but but we do get another little montage heavy movie. There were a lot of montages in this movie.
I love a montage.
I do not mind at all. I love a good montage, especially at Christmas Land. So, but yeah, obviously Olivia and Alex beat Dummel Kyle and naive Tiffany.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And Kyle is mad and like stomps off, and Tiffany's like, what just happened? She has no idea what's going on.
Again, just a sweet girl. What does she know? Yeah, she met this guy. She thinks he's a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes back to their room where they have, to their suite where they obviously have separate rooms.
Yeah. Obviously. She doesn't know this guy. But so afterwards, they have a little picnic. Winston and Kate, the sidekicks and the main characters have a little picnic, and Winston accidentally drops a "Your Highness" in conversation. So then Alexander has to come up with this weird story about how his friends call him "Your Highness" as a joke. And to me, meeting a man and finding out that's what his friends call him, that would be a red flag for me. Like, exactly what kind of a demanding human being are you that you're?
I know. Because Winston says, "Oh, I guess one could say I've been like picking up after him for years."
Yeah.
And like, so I don't know.
I'd be like, I don't have time for this man, baby. Spreads up, clean up his messes.
Maybe, I know, but he was kind of hot, so
That's
you
true.
can get away with a lot when you're hot.
True, and it's on vacation.
So I hear. And it's on
Rules
vacation,
are
right? Yeah,
yeah,
vacation rules. They don't know that any of this is gonna last. This is like just
right, that's
two
true.
attractive girls meeting two attractive guys,
Yeah,
spending some time together, and you move
yeah,
on when the
living their
vacation's
lives.
over. Yeah.
Now after this, the spy dude is calling the queen, and the queen is like, this sounds like he's hanging out with her way too much. You need to find out exactly who she is. So he
Mhm.
is working on that. And while he is working on that, Olivia and Alexander go for a romantic walk on the beach. And
Mhm.
she's like makes this joke about how when she was younger, she wanted to be a princess. LOL, isn't that funny?
Oh, you don't know how close you are, girl.
Olivia, you don't even know. And then she talks about how she's never really been anywhere. And he's like, how is that possible? Your books are so have all these adventures and blah blah. She's like, well, they just have been in the books. And then she's talking about how she has writer's block and this thing is due. It's like a week now when her outline is due. And he's like, listen, you need to take your time because you don't owe anyone anything. And while that was a nice sentiment, she owes her editor an outline.
Right. No,
Paid for that. She's contractually obligated.
I was like, well, not kinda, but no, she does owe her publisher
Right.
this outline. She is
Right.
contractually obligated to do
Right.
it.
And they've
Leave it
built
to a prince to
right.
be like, there'll be no consequences if you just don't honor this
Just don't do it.
contract.
So, and the publisher has also said that they built their like spring release schedule around her book. So like they need it. They need the book.
He's absolutely wrong.
Sorry, Prince Alexander, yeah.
She does owe these people this thing.
Yeah. Sorry. That's actually how it works. And then he asks her to the fundraiser at a little date. So they each go home and like tell their friends about it. He's telling Winston that he asked her out. They went for a walk. Winston's like, you got to tell her. She's telling Katie about it. And Katie's like, he's awesome. You need to just go. Like, don't overthink it. Just go have some fun. And Olivia is now writing again. She's got her mojo coming back. She's getting
nothing like a hot guy to break that writer's block.
So meanwhile, or as she's sitting there writing, the spy dude comes by and brings champagne to the room and is like, oh, I've got some free champagne for you. By the way, what's your name?
Bobo Jordan Peterson. I know. Bobo Jordan Peterson was not subtle at all. Like,
no, but these were a couple of dumb girls. And when a stranger came to their room and asked their name, they were like, here's my full name and social security number.
and we will take this bottle of champagne that has obviously not been poisoned in any way. Yeah.
Not drugged at all, but
we're not going to be on CNN tomorrow. Two American women missing in the Haven Isles.
So he calls the queen and tells her the name, and the queen personally starts just like Googling her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have any sort of security people that can help with this. And let me tell you, she gets the absolute nitty gritty. She's like, her father is a refrigerator mechanic.
Yes, everything was on this Wikipedia page. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like her father was a manual laborer or a mechanic, or he was a refrigerator mechanic, people.
Which is definitely a real job. It sounds like the queen actually wrote this movie and doesn't know that's not what they're called.
A refrigerator mechanic, and it had what did her mother do? Her mother did something stupid too.
I don't know.
Gosh, what did her mom do? No, she wasn't a dumb teacher, but she was like, a server, I think. She's like a waitress, basically. I think so. Yeah. And then it had her love life on there. In a relationship for 6 years, recently separated. And you know what?
Is really famous.
She's really famous, but then I was like, she was in a relationship with Kyle for 6 years.
Ladies?
That was a long time, ladies.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, ladies,
you can't
6 years.
after 6 years, you got to get on with your life.
It's 6 years, and they've probably never even kissed because you don't kiss to the end. So, I
Exactly.
mean,
Yeah.
you know, 6
Yeah.
years, ladies, me and Amelia say it all the time. If you are in a relationship for 6 years, at some point you need to stop and you need to ask yourself, where is it that I want this relationship to go and why isn't it there? Maybe you do want to be in a state of limbo for the rest of your life. If that's what you want, yay. If
Cool.
your goal is marriage, get the hell out of a 6-year relationship. It's
Yeah.
too long. And when you think about how Kyle just like unceremoniously dumped her like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah. After 6 years. Yeah.
It's
No wonder
terrible.
she was picked.
Exactly. Exactly. So she sees Prince Alexander the next day. Oh, sorry. So the queen is like, refrigerator mechanic, no, we got to shut this
Yeah.
down. So she is like,
Right.
she is going to take control of this situation. The next day, the prince is hanging out with Olivia again, and he tries to tell her. He tries to tell her that he's a prince. He starts to, and the spy dude comes up and interrupts him. And it's like, your mom's on the phone. And he's like, why are you here? What's going on? And so he's trying to like really quickly talk to Olivia, try to get this other guy to shut up. Winston comes over, like, your cover's been blown, blah, blah, blah. And finally, the spy dude says, Your Highness, the queen is waiting. And her mind is blown and she just bails. She is like, I don't know what this is, but I'm leaving.
I thought it was interesting that reveal came in the middle of the movie
Yeah, I did too.
and not towards the
She
end.
was
I was like,
supposed
okay,
to
well,
find
where
out
does
at a
this go
ball
now?
at the end.
That's right. That's right. But no, she found out earlier.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you find out that the guy you're in, the hot,
Yeah.
wealthy, kind-hearted, environmentalist, young man that you're interested in, who is also interested in you, when you find out he's a prince, obviously you run.
I've never been more disgusted in my life. Because he's not even like there's no paparazzi bothering him. Like there doesn't appear to be any downside because it's Torovia. Nobody knows.
No, there doesn't appear to be a downside at all, except that, he lied to her. But her friend points out when she tells her friend, well, he lied to me. Her friend does point out, well, you lied to him, when you first met. So
Yeah, you did. Okay, so he talks to his mom. His mom's like, you need to like shut this down. He says no, obviously. And so Katie, the friend / voice of reason, says, why don't you talk to him? Which was a shocking thing to hear in Christmas land because people usually just don't have the conversation and go on with the misunderstanding.
How does this plot move forward if they talk?
I know.
What is Katie even doing?
I know.
She almost ruined the whole thing.
So then Alex comes over to explain and they go to lunch and talk.
Yeah, that was that.
We're going to have an adult conversation about it. It was shocking. It was shocking.
It was shocking. They had a conversation and it went, fairly well.
Pretty well. Meanwhile, the spy dude is talking to the queen about how he has never seen the prince this happy. It's just such a beautiful thing to see as he continues to spy on them. So the prince
and he says, but he has a moment of pause there. It's something he wants to tell the queen something, and he at one point he's like, Your Majesty, if I may, and she's like, yes, Bobo Jordan Peterson, and he says, nothing, so there's something on his mind that he wanted to say, but he never got to say it. We'll find out what that is.
Queen. Yeah.
Well, there's protocol. Obviously, this whole movie is about this guy breaking protocol, the very important traditional protocol of Torovia.
Yes. All right. So he takes her to the Marine Reserve and explains why it's important to him. And they have a beautiful little connection moment. And then he remembers that he needs to write a speech. And he hates writing speeches. And she's like, good job that you have a professional writer right here standing next to you, you fool. So he's like, you would do that for me. So she's going to write the speech. Cross that off the list. And then he's like, listen, let's go snorkeling. But she is scared. She's kind of scared of open water, but they go underwater and they hold hands while they're under there. And it was beautiful. And then when they get out, her hair is dry. And I wish that would happen to me.
You know what? But in Christmas land, your hair is always going to look perfect, even when it's supposed to look messed up.
I would swim a lot more if my hair just came out styled and dry.
Yeah, there is a There was a movie that my kids used to watch all the time. It was a Nickelodeon movie. It was called Teen Beach Movie. They actually made a few of them. It was very popular. It was sort of a parody of those 50s surfer like Gidget teen beach comedies or shows. And one of the gags, it's where these two kids kind of go back in time. I don't know, a tornado or a big wave or something takes them back in time, and they're in this weird like land of musical Teen Beach movies. And but the running joke is every time you go in the water, when you come out, your hair is perfectly dry and coiffed like no one's ever wet. So that's I imagine that it's that same kind of magic in Christmas Land.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me. It's probably what they're studying at the Marine Reserve, to be honest. They're trying to figure out how they can market that.
Sure. Yeah. We don't know what else they're studying at the Marine Reserve.
We don't know what else they're studying.
There's not a single person, by the way, in the Marine Reserve at any time.
No. Nobody works
this
there.
This movie was really devoid of extras.
They almost canceled the fundraiser that funds it for an entire year because the one guy couldn't make it. So
right, the one guy, the one doctor. It was like, is he doing everything? Yeah, he's done everything.
Janitor. He schedules things.
He booked all the entertainment. He hired the caterer. Like, what?
He probably is a musician and caterer. He's cooking everything.
No wonder.
He's up there playing the guitar himself. There's only him.
It's no wonder he disappeared. Like, he's overwhelmed. He's
exhausted, you guys.
He's like, I'm going underground. I can't do this anymore.
Exactly. Kyle and Tiffany are also having fun. I'm not sure why we needed to know that, but they did a little, montage of them having a good time too. So I noticed at this point that Olivia wears jumpsuits and rompers pretty much the whole movie. I don't think she ever wears anything. And bathing suits, but she wears jumpsuits and rompers the whole movie. So good for her. Comfortable island clothing.
Well, like I said, I thought that the wardrobe was really good.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yep.
All right. Alexander now is trying to explain to her that he will not have time for conservation when he's king. Which, King Charles is a big conservationist. So maybe they can talk. Maybe there's like a king conference every year or something. King Con, maybe.
And they
can talk about how they work, because I feel like he could learn something. But in the middle of this, we see that Kyle and Tiffany are now fighting. Things are going south for the two of those. And
no, I mean, gosh, are you mean to tell me that this girl met a perfect stranger a week ago, went to a island vacation with him and didn't really know him at all?
Yeah.
And then didn't work out?
I was once asked to go on a vacation on a first date and I said no.
Did you? What? What?
I know.
Are you serious?
Just a thought. You can say no to that.
Did you even have a second of like, maybe I should say yes?
No.
You didn't even think that this was like, what if he's a prince? What if he's a prince and he's just not telling me?
Yeah. No.
No. Okay.
No. And I'm alive and I feel good about it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So those two are fighting and Tiffany storms off. And meanwhile, Alexander has to take a call. So Kyle and Olivia are left alone. And she's like, listen, you need to grovel and you need to actually listen to her, which is what he didn't do while breaking up. Although in a breakup situation, it was kind of genius. But if he's trying to salvage this, he needs to listen to her and then have a real conversation. So Olivia has this great conversation with him, goes back to the room, and she's like, Katie, I don't know what I'm going to wear. I'm going to this fancy fundraiser. But the good news is that on an island vacation, Katie happens to have packed multiple black tie worthy dresses. And
like
they have they fit perfectly on Olivia. And
thank you.
Like you're always saying, the friend doesn't have any other interests. So she probably just packed a bunch of dresses that fit Katie fit Olivia instead of herself, just in case Olivia needed them. And she's like, I don't need underwear for my trip. I don't need a second pair of flip-flops. I just need 8 to 10 gowns that only fit my friend, just in case.
That's how I see it. That's how
Yeah.
I saw it happening.
Yeah.
I mean, she knows that this is the only joy she's going to get out of this vacation is if her friend finds love again.
Right.
And just in case, or or maybe you just want to have a fun montage scene, and so you're going to need changes of
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about our love of montages all the time, but I will tell you that to me, there are 2 montages in movie land, period, like in all of moviedom that I love. I am a sucker for. You put it in any movie, I am sitting down to watch it. A preparing for battle montage. So if you're, you're tricking out your car and you're, making the armor and you're teaching the dummies how to use guns, like I'm down for that. And trying on clothes montage. It never gets old.
No. Especially when she looks stunning in absolutely everything.
She looks stunning and everything, and her friend was like, "No,
Yeah,
no,"
her friend
and I'm
just saying
like, well, bitch, you brought all these dresses.
Right? Why did you choose all these dresses that look terrible on me? I blame you. So finally, she's like, "Yes, that is the dress," but we don't get to see it yet.
Thankfully,
we don't get to see it, but we know
we need a reveal.
We know it's going to be great. Alexander is at the party now, hanging out with Winston, and he is in full uniform, looking hot, talking about how he has to go home tomorrow.
Yep, to Torovia.
And then Winston's like, "Hey, turn around, buddy." And we get the dress moment. And I wrote down so much boob. Again, it was a lot of boob.
You know what? And I actually thought her boobs needed to be pushed up a little more in that dress.
Well,
I thought she could have used a little more boobage.
Well, I think they could have used a little more support, but there were still a lot of them on show.
And I don't know if we've ever said this, probably at some point in our 3 seasons now, but the dress reveal, I can't remember a time when it wasn't a red dress. It's always a red dress. Yeah. So, and this was a red, I mean, it was a deeper red. Oh, by the way, her lipstick color was like on point, but I love a good deep red lip, but it was a red dress, and I was thinking back to the Lindsay Lohan movie we did last week, and that reveal, that dress was red, and I was trying to think of a time when there was a dress reveal
they're usually red
where it wasn't red. I think we did. Now, I think the Royal Nanny movie, I think that reveal, for some reason I remember that dress being gold. I think that was a gold dress. But I think this is maybe another trope that it's a red dress. And in any other world that would signify, red signifies like flame, fire. It's either you're a villain or you're a seductress, but in Christmas land it's wholesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And she looked beautiful. So he is into it. And so he kind of sits her at her little table. And then what I was expecting was for him to get up and start his speech. And then it would have like a little transition. And then it would be like after his speech. And she would be like, "Great job." But instead, they showed the entire speech, which I was not expecting.
30 seconds, and it was the dumbest speech ever. I'm like, she had to write this for him. It was like, when my father started the Marine Reserve, vaguely named Research Center, I liked it too, and I've always wanted to support it, and so here I am supporting it with your donations. Thank you. it was like wow, she wrote that.
I'm glad you had a professional writer on staff.
What was he nervous? He was nervous about that the whole time.
I know. So they start dancing, and she's telling him that she's got her new book outline already and turned in, and it's about a woman who meets its secret prince and blah, blah, blah. And they have like a little moment, and they almost kiss. And I felt like, even though the paparazzi isn't everywhere, there's a lot of people around, and maybe this isn't the place for your first kiss when you're a prince, but whatever, you do you.
It didn't happen. First, well, it didn't happen. Thank goodness.
It was an almost kiss. Yes.
It was an almost kiss, and I appreciate that. Again, I get nervous. I find myself getting very nervous when the protagonists start to get close before the end of the movie.
Before the end,
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh no, I hope this isn't the one time they break protocol." But yeah, that was what I was thinking too. I'm like, why is he going in for the kiss? Like,
Yeah.
it was a big friggin' deal that
He seems kind
Harry
of
would.
unprofessional too. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, even in like, we need Kelsey back because like this was a big freaking deal when Harry would even like hold Megan's hand, or she would
yeah.
always want to like hold on to his arm. Even she wasn't
Yeah.
even being that forward. She would just be like, "I'm going to hold on to his arm," and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh no,
No
no,
touching.
you don't." Yeah, William and Kate do not touch each other in public.
No.
You know,
No. Mm.
their hands are folded and locked in front. And so I was with you. I'm with you, Amelia. I was like, this
Yeah.
is not the appropriate place to go in for that first
Inappropriate.
kiss. No.
Inappropriate. In agreement is the queen who showed up and interrupted the kiss. And then we find out her name is Queen Patricia, which were they trying to go for like she's patrician? I don't know what they were doing. I thought that was an interesting queen name, but I don't know about the naming of Torovia. Maybe it's an old queen name there.
Right. You don't know. It could
I
be
don't
a
know.
traditional
It could be like
Torovian
Queen
name.
Patricia the 90th. I don't know.
Patricia. Yeah. Well, it's a
Yeah.
traditional Torovian name.
It's a traditional Torovian name. Yeah. So they all sit down at the table, and there's this moment where the spy dude like pulls out her chair, tucks it under her, and then he like puts his hand on her shoulder and she like reaches up and touches it. And Olivia is like, did everyone just see that entirely sexy moment that just happened?
They basically took each other's clothes off.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
they
like
might
one
as
step
well be making
away.
out on the dance floor.
They might as well have been. It was like, whoa, hang on. Did he just
Yeah.
touch her shoulder?
Touch your shoulder, and then she touched his hand on her shoulder.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what am I?
Well,
Is
to
this
be fair, if I saw
Lifetime?
people doing that, I would be like, "There's something up there."
Of course, but I'm just like, I'm not,
Yeah.
Great American. I didn't sign up for Cinemax.
Right, exactly.
It
So
was almost as scandalous as the opening scene of Three Wise Men and a Baby, where we saw a guy with no shirt
in a
on.
towel, terrible. Alexander has to go.
We've been greatly traumatized, Amelia. Now that I think about it this season.
I think Great American is well. I was going to say they're putting us back together, but like you said, that was a pretty scandalous moment.
Yeah.
Alexander though needs to get back to work. He needs to get some pictures taken for press.
Yeah.
So Olivia is left alone with Queen Patricia, and the Queen she has some finely pointed barbs, let's just say, about Olivia's writing and about how she's not good enough and this is never going to work out. And Olivia, she basically is like, he's out of your league. Like, you just have to,
No, she was a real bee. The Queen was a real bee to Olivia. And she really did get, it was pretty,
mean.
bold. Yeah, it was mean. Yeah. It was down. I hear you're a writer of sorts.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, she just
Your
was.
dad's a refrigerator mechanic. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, but she did give her a little advice. One of the things she said was that, basically what she was telling her was like, this is a vocation, right? Royal life is a vocation. And you have to know that there's a lot of responsibility. And I do think that was a fair warning to give. If she wasn't being such a bee about it the whole time, I would have categorized that speech in the vein of like Robert Barron, where it's like, okay, this person is making sense. She's saying, my son is going to be king. He's got responsibilities and you're not going to, it's not like life in America. You have restraints and all of this stuff, and he'll be traveling a lot and you'll be in the foreign country of Torovia, alone without your husband. You need to think about that.
Yeah. But instead she was mean. So we hate her.
No, we hate her. Yeah. We don't like her.
So Olivia goes back and is like,
she runs away. Olivia runs away
crying, which I kind of don't blame her. I would have run away crying too. She goes home or goes back to her room and she's telling Katie, she has this whole scenario about how it's all would have worked out anyway. And like, we could have just fallen in love and then this would have happened and that would have happened. And here's why it still wouldn't have worked out. And it was she's got a whole story plan. And, I think it's important at this point to remember that these two people have known each other for 4 days.
Well, love moves fast in Christmas Land. This we know.
It's true.
We've seen it happen in shorter time in Christmas Land.
Yes. So she says she's just going to walk away.
And what
And
else is she to
yeah,
do? And,
what
the
else is she
prince,
to
of course,
do?
he comes back to the table. He's like, "Oh, mother, where was Olivia?" And she's like, "Oh, she just had a headache." Uh, you
Yeah.
know, um, brushed it right off. But,
Yeah. But she told
yeah,
you to stay and do your job so he doesn't go after her. That's
right.
what she lies about it. So as she's running away, she runs into Kyle and he's like, Tiffany left me here. And so basically he's like, Tiffany left me here, so I want you back.
Yeah.
And I love this. She says no. And he goes, fair enough.
I know, it's like, he had to try, right? He
Right.
had to
He had to
try.
try. Fair enough.
It was, like a sanitized Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like, this really was the plot
Yeah.
of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is a great movie, by the way. If you like raunchy comedy rom-coms, that's a fabulous movie. So
Mhm.
it's not an insult to say that this looks like that. But yeah, he was like, Tiffany, I guess, finally caught on to him.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm too, involved in my career," um, which we haven't seen any evidence that Kyle cares about his career
No,
at all. I
no,
haven't seen him doing anything.
no. He
Um,
doesn't seem busy.
no, he really doesn't. I mean, he came to break up with his girlfriend and then immediately went on vacation
Yeah.
but you know what? I don't blame Tiffany. She seemed like a nice girl. And, and Kyle was a walking red flag. So good for her. I
Yeah.
hope she finds her own
Yeah.
prince out there.
Exactly. Exactly. Maybe next time she will say no to going on vacation with a stranger.
Yeah, you
Um,
should. Everybody, if a stranger asks you to go on vacation, you should say no.
yeah. Say no.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. Say no to that. So she and Katie go home, they pack, and they just leave immediately, like in the dark right now. And I guess I would have assumed that they would have had to wait till their plane, but no, they're just gonna leave right now in the dark in the middle of the
No, they're
night.
like walking down the dock in the middle
Yeah,
of
they're
I
walking on
guess
the dock, which
it's
I was
like that.
confused about.
It's like the river crossing in Lord of the Rings, when they like in the middle of the night
Yeah.
they have to cross the river and they go to the one dock where you can cross. It's like
Yeah.
that's what I imagined, that there's some like hand
It's like a
operated
pulley
raft.
system, yeah.
Yes. And they just get on there and then they pull themselves
And
to
then
the
they're just gonna like
mainland.
sit in the airport for the next 3 days waiting for their flight or whatever.
Anyways,
Whatever.
I guess they got to where they were
So
going.
so they're sneaking out, and Alexander is knocking on the door, trying to, talk to her about it. And Katie texts Winston like something weird's going on. Your mom did Queen Patricia did something to Olivia. I don't, we're leaving. So Winston tells Alexander, and Alexander confronts his mom, and he's like, we're in the same predicament because I know that you're in love with the spy dude. And Patricia
Mhm.
is floored that anyone noticed this.
Yeah. And she's
Floored.
embarrassed. And also this whole conversation, then mom is like, Queen Bee is like, well, when you lost your father, Bobo Jordan Peterson was there for me and he was so kind to me. And
Mhm.
they're having this whole conversation as if he's not standing right there. Like,
They could at least hold up a paper menu.
right.
Privacy.
They didn't even try. And to me, it's still like smacked of like elitism, right? They're like, oh, we
Yeah.
can fall in love with these commoners, but we're still going to talk about them like they're not here. Like they're not involved in this
Yes.
equation whatsoever.
And there have been a few Prince movies where the mom is in love with the butler. So I think that this is getting to be a trope too. It happens a lot.
I like it. I'm always like for it, but I do often wonder how it upsets the tradition of the kingdoms that they come from. I mean, once in in this situation, I really was thinking about it because it's like, okay, once in a few generations, like if we look at the British royal family and you've got like Edward who vacated the throne for Wallace Simpson, and then now we're looking at Harry. It's like once every few generations, something, but like for
They're
this
just,
to
like,
happen,
regularly,
for it to happen on a regular basis, it does feel a little bit disruptive
it
to
does.
the
It does.
tradition of a kingdom.
All right. Olivia is back home and she is on a Zoom call with her editor. Her editor loves the new book, but she's like, I don't understand why they don't end up together. That's weird. And she's like, well, she's like, fairy tale endings don't happen in real life. And just then there's a knock on the door. She opens it and it's Alexander. And he goes, I don't know if I believe that. So her editor is on Zoom the whole time and they're having this like deep romantic conversation about their future and how they're going to make it work. And, and so the editor's watching, but so are Katie and Winston are also there watching this whole conversation. And then she's like, but what about your mom? And then he's like, there's more. And the mom and the spy dude come in and they're like holding hands and in love. So she's like, oh, well, I guess that's what we're doing now. And they kiss.
And then they kiss. And that's it. And the publisher's obviously very happy because she's going to change it to this fairy tale ending, which like, right, of course, like I must agree. It was a little bit of self-commentary once again, right? For what Christmas Land is. I don't watch these movies so that these people don't end up together.
Yeah.
She's absolutely right. It isn't like that in real life. And that's why I'm not watching a movie that is like real life. That's why I'm watching this.
Right. That's why we're not watching a documentary, you guys.
I know, but I did wonder a little bit about what happens to Torovia in the tradition of the kingdom when both the queen and her son go back with peasants in hand, you know?
I think probably Winston and Katie are going to end up on the throne.
Yeah, maybe the queen, or I kind of thought maybe the queen does the thing where, like, what was it? Queen Elizabeth I had her affair with John Brown or whatever, and he
Victoria.
was Queen Victoria, yes, and maybe they go back and it's sort of a secret relationship.
Yeah, but like an open secret.
Yeah, but then there's that whole thing of like how. It's got to be so weird to go from being someone's servant to their partner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm concerned for their relationship. I don't know if it can work.
I mean, it's obviously going to.
We'll see. I know. They basically went all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever held hands with someone that you didn't marry? No.
No, I know. Come on. I don't know. What am I thinking? Well, it had a happy ending. Bobo Harry Potter married Bobo Dove Cameron, and Bobo Jordan Peterson married the Queen Bee. And I'll assume that Katie and Winston at least had a fun few weeks together, at the very least.
Yeah.
At least went away friends, very good friends.
I think they're going to be besties now.
Yeah, at least, yeah, totally. Well, and I did really appreciate Olivia's huge, by New York City standards, huge apartment.
She's an extremely famous, successful author.
She must be, because that apartment,
the size of her Wikipedia entry, that she's super famous.
That apartment had to have been about $10,000 a month at least in New York City. I was like, okay, she must be pretty successful. Well, Amelia, I do want to let's run down, because this isn't a Christmas movie, but it takes place in Christmas Land.
Oh yeah.
But let's talk about some tropes.
Okay.
Was there a precocious kid?
No
precocious children.
No precocious
okay.
kid.
Was there someone falling off of something?
I don't remember any falling. Well, no. They like dove in the volleyball game.
And maybe you could you count the kayak? Because she fell off the kayak and then she pushed him over. It was a little playful thing.
Yeah. I think that might fill that void. Yeah.
Or the thing we might say is that they bumped in, maybe that meet cute was a little bit of a fall, because then they had an opportunity to touch and lock eyes, which is the whole purpose of having someone fall off something.
True.
All right. Okay. Was there a contest or a deadline that needed to be met?
There was the big fundraiser and her outline. There were two.
Right. Okay, good. And was there any baking?
No.
No
They were
baking, no
they were an
cooking.
all-inclusive island.
Yeah, no.
No one's making anything.
Yeah, nobody was making anything. There wasn't even decorating even
Mm-mm.
together. I don't know how they threw the fundraiser together, by the way.
Maybe that's why there were
I
no
mean,
employees in the lab ever. They were decorating the whole time.
yeah, I'm starting to question the efficacy of this Marine Research Center.
I just maybe somebody should talk to the donors at this fundraiser and be like, "Have you seen any annual reports? What do they do?"
Yeah. The fundraiser is just for the next fundraiser.
Right.
um, okay, good. Kiss at the end
Kiss at the
and
end,
not
yep,
before.
and an interrupted kiss in the middle.
A situation that could have been easily solved with a conversation.
Yeah, but then they had the conversation.
They did have the conversation, but I felt like there was another situation, like at the end, that probably could have been solved as well. If she
Just
had
like
just
that's what
said,
your
you know
mom
what
just
your
said to
mom
me.
just said to me, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe they could have avoided all that.
that's true. That is true.
Okay. No guest houses, because this
No
is
guest
an
house.
all
No
inclusive
Black Mirror.
resort. No Black Mirror. Black a POC, best friend,
Yep, yep.
person of color.
Check.
Yep, Chuck. All right. What am I missing? Busy
Yeah.
businesswoman, too busy for love.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if
Well,
that
not exactly.
maybe
No,
applies. Yeah,
not really.
and that's not
But
always in every movie anyway,
the
but
like
it is.
D-bag ex-boyfriend in the city. There was one of those.
Yes. Yeah. All right, great. Well, I have to say, good job, Great American. I loved this movie. I enjoyed watching every second of it. It gave me exactly
Yes.
what I wanted. I do want to ask you, Amelia, what do you think the main industry of Torovia is? What do you think Torovia's main industry could be? Now they have keep in mind, they have a royal family. Okay.
Yeah.
It's obviously a traditional nation that values their royal family quite a bit. And I'm going to assume, given the accents of the people involved, that it's somewhere in Europe.
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
I think that they are goat farmers who make wool.
Whoa.
And they
You
export
think
their goats. They export their goats' wool to the whole world.
okay. So Torovia's main export is goat's wool.
Yes.
Okay.
They're goat farmers.
I'm gonna okay. Very good. Very good. I'm gonna say diamonds, and they have a real child labor problem in Torovia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I like goat's wool better. I'm willing to believe that it's goat's wool. It does feel like a place that doesn't have a lot of like city like industry.
yeah. And
Like
it felt, I don't know,
citified
it felt
industry.
mountainous to me. So I thought there would be goats.
Yeah, Torovia. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Goats it is. Well, all right, folks. That is a Prince in Paradise. And if you ever come across some Torovian fine wool, let us know.
Yeah.
And also remember, don't go on vacations with people that you've just met. It's not a good idea. It's probably not going to work out. What do we have coming up, Amelia?
We are going to do a Christmas movie again next. It is another Great American, Merry Christmas Wish, starring two of our old favorites, Jill Wagner and Cameron Matheson.
Great. Not to say that they're old. They're just old favorites of ours.
Yes, exactly. They're longtime favorites of ours.
I know. I do want us to. I know you're still sour on Lori Loughlin. I want us to watch the Lori Loughlin movie. I was watching it the other day. I was watching the trailer for it the other day. I'm like, okay, I just want to see if I'm ready to forgive her. I just want to know. So I'm curious as to how I'm going to view her. Also, fun thing about Great American, they play like Murder She Wrote marathons. How fun is that?
I love it. I love everything about
that. I guess that's their filler, you know? I mean, they're a new channel, so you've got to get some fillers. So they play Columbo, they play Murder, She Wrote, and they play, Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, nice.
So that's their sort of, they have those marathons. So they're actually this weekend is a Murder, She Wrote marathon. I'm like, you know what? I might just sit down and do that. It's been a while since I've watched Jessica solve a crime.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a great time talking about this movie. Once again, we loved it. So don't forget to tune into our film next week. What was it called again? A Merry
Christmas Wish.
A Merry Christmas Wish. So if you want to follow along with our commentary next week, go ahead and watch that. Amelia, until we meet again, I wish you days filled with best friends who will go on your busted vacations with you.
And I wish you the safe, comforting feeling of knowing that you're not stuck on an island with a complete stranger.
Oh, I think that's so sweet.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas, Amelia.
Merry Christmas, Kira.